Welcome to the Battle of Ohio podcast, where we follow the revival of the historic rivalry between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
So this is the predictions episode for week 3 of the 2021 NFL season. We're already in week 3. Seemed like it seemed like just last week, maybe. We were still in the middle of the offseason. This thing's been flying by. There's been so many good games, man. It's not like last year or the year before that where there was just half the games you watched were just snores. And the season just kind of drug along. It was fun keeping up with your own team, but watching some of these games across the NFL was just it could get to be a bit of a grind with the way some of these games were going. But this year, all of the nationally televised games at least have just been so damn good.
Man, the Browns got 9 home games, man. Let that set in. I'm so ready to go to 9 tailgates. I'm going to every single tailgate this year. I go to every freaking single tailgate this year. I ain't missing one of those.
I actually got season tickets this year for the Bengals games, so I am.
That's 9 games.
Looking forward to that. Do we have 9 games?
Yeah, it's 17 game season.
Well, I know it's a 17-game season, but what I'm saying is
yeah, the AFC.
No,
the AFC.
Does everybody?
Everybody in the AFC got 9 home games.
Okay, and then I guess the NFC gets 9 games next year.
That's how you're doing it. Yeah, they're rotating it.
Okay, well, 9 home games it is. Next one I'm going to is on Thursday, because Bengals playing the Steelers this week, but then turning right around and coming back home to Cincinnati and playing against the Jaguars on Thursday. We going to that game.
The first 0-17 team in football history.
We'll have to figure out a different time to podcast because we usually podcast during the Thursday night games.
Yeah, we will. We'll figure it out.
We can always just do it on Friday and try to get the editing turnaround done a lot quicker.
Yeah, we could. All I know is that the Jaguars are not looking good. I seen somebody put something on Twitter. It said something like when you have the worst stats, when you have worse rookie stats than Josh Rosen, but you're a higher sought out prospect than Peyton Manning, and I have a picture of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's. I think I mentioned it on. I think it was Facebook. I am going I think it's way too early to start calling Trevor Lawrence a bust, but I will laugh my ass off if he turns out to be a bust because just everybody and their fucking mother basically crowned him the next GOAT. And he was great at Clemson. He was a great college quarterback, but it doesn't always translate into the NFL. Sometimes I think he sometimes I think he had a little too easy at Clemson. Oh my, that didn't look good.
Well, the thing is though, is that we talked about on the last podcast. You get a bad coach, he doesn't help out.
Yeah. Yep, Urban Meyer. I think if I had to bet, I think he's probably just trying to do too many things right now, like he was doing in college. And the thing is, when Chip Kelly made that same mistake when he went to Philadelphia. He tried to treat these professional football players and grown men like they were college students, and it didn't go over well. And if I had to bet, probably something similar is happening with Urban Meyer.
Either way,
it's the same thing that happened to Nick Saban, by the way. Nick Saban, great, amazing college head coach, came to the NFL, was terrible, and then went back to and took over Alabama, and then the rest is history.
Either way, I feel about whatever team they're playing.
That's fair. All right, let's go ahead and start getting into these predictions. So just as a little bit of a well, first of all, I think I should probably set it up by talking about our records so far. So after we both tied week 1, After week 2, I pulled ahead a little bit. You know, not an insurmountable lead or anything like that. But I did do what?
You're going down this week.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Right now, so far, it's not looking so good for the prediction we already made.
See, man, look, look, man. I was all gun ho about picking the Texans, and you was like, "No, Thomas, don't do it. No, Thomas, don't do it." I knew I should have stuck to my guns instead of listening to y'all. Like, I think I should go with the Texans. I really think to myself, like, man, I kind of feel like the Texans might be able to pull an upset because the Texans don't really look that bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you talking about? You did go with the Texans. You didn't change.
No, I thought I was going with the. I thought I said I'm going with Carolina.
I'll have to go back and look at it, but from what I recall, you picked the Texans.
Hey man, look, if you got me down as the Texans, I'm sticking with that.
Okay, well, you know what, we'll call it the Texans, which is fair right now because they're currently losing 17-6. So if you're currently calling Texans upset,
no, I'm not. I said Carolina. You heard me say Carolina.
I'm gonna go back and look at that because I'm pretty sure you stuck.
Go back and watch the tape, though. I definitely said I'm just gonna go to Carolina because, like, what happened was he was like, "Yeah, we really gonna go with the Texans with them starting that quarterback and those injuries." And I'm like, "Yeah, I should probably go with Carolina."
I might have missed that. I don't know, but I from when you and me were talking, you definitely were saying I'm gonna pick the Texans. So I had you put down as the Texans.
You know what? Keep it down as the Texans. I'm sticking to my gun on this one. I'm going with the Texans.
He says as Davis Mills gets sacked.
I'm sticking with the Texans.
All right, Thomas sticking with the Texans. That'll be impressive.
I only because I have to.
That would be impressive if they pulled off the win at this point. But I mean, you never know.
Nah,
Davis Mills not looking great.
I'm just gonna take this L. I'm gonna take this L to the chest.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's. So yeah, I guess that was the little spiel I was gonna go on. They are lining up for a field goal though, so I mean it's not over. They still got 9:22.
I'm just gonna take this L to the chest. So
yeah, to clarify, before we did the podcast, I did forget to ask Thomas before the game started. So I'm not entirely sure if my prediction should necessarily count because it was already 7-0 Texans when we made our predictions. I predicted the Texans would win. Thomas predicted. I predicted the Panthers would win. Thomas predicted the Texans would win, and the Panthers were already up 7-0 when we said that. So yeah. I mean, your prediction was 100% valid because the team that you predicted to win was losing at the time. So. You know, that's still a, you know, I think that's still a valid prediction. Mine, I'm still going to count it because fuck you. But I did happen to pick the team that was winning at the time. Now I was already going to pick the Panthers anyway, but I also have no evidence of that necessarily.
I feel like an idiot.
I know Thomas, you probably gained a little bit of respect from the Texans for, you know, the way they played the Browns pretty hard.
No,
I don't believe in the Texans at all.
Me neither, honestly.
Yet you picked them to win.
Kind of, but not really. I kind of went back and forth with it. Go back and watch the tape, but I'm sticking with the Texans. No. I'm sticking with the Texans. I'm going all in on this one. Come on, Texas. Make me look like a genius.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the rest of these games then. So we're going to go ahead and start with the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. What do you got?
Indianapolis Colts going to Tennessee to play the Titans. Give me the Titans.
Titans.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Titans here too. Titans definitely looked a little bit better, I think, week 2 than they did in week 1. So, yeah, the Colts are just not the same thing that they were last year. I mean, this is not. I don't think this is going to be a super competitive Colts team this year. So, definitely give me the Titans. I don't think there's really a whole lot to really analyze here. Titans are much better in pretty much all facets this year, and Derrick Henry is just going to massacre him.
Better coach team and everything. Yeah. All right.
I don't know about better coached. I like Frank Reich, but I'm not like I think Mike Vrabel might be a little bit overrated as a head coach. I do like him, but I think a lot of people praise the ground he walks on, and I don't know if I quite like that damn much.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good.
I think he's pretty good, but I don't think he's that much better than Frank Reich. But I do think the Titans have the better team right now. So next we got the Los Angeles Chargers heading to Kansas City to play the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Chiefs coming off that like nail-biting loss against the Baltimore Ravens, and the Chargers are the Chargers. So
Chiefs.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. Chiefs. I don't really care what the Chargers are doing right now. I've already said earlier, I've said throughout this offseason and season that I don't like buy the Chargers as much as a lot of people are buying the Chargers. I still stick to my guns a little bit on Justin Herbert. I admit he is really talented and he's using that to his the best of his abilities in the NFL. But he also does some stupid things from time to time. And I think the Chiefs are the kind of team that, like, if you don't play perfect against them, they will eat you alive.
Yeah, no.
Then again, I say that, and Lamar Jackson beat them after throwing 2 interceptions.
I just about to say the Chiefs look. The Chiefs don't look as good as they don't look as Chiefs like they did the last couple of seasons. So they do look vulnerable.
Well, sort of. I mean, Patrick Mahomes still dropped 35, and
Patrick Mahomes is always going to be Patrick Mahomes, but like they're not.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I mean, like, you know,
I think
like
the
real contenders in the AFC, I think, are going to be able to, you know, be closer to the Chiefs this year than they were in previous years. But I don't think the Chargers are a real contender, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no, the Chargers won't be one of those teams that could beat them though.
Like, I think
he's not at first.
I think when the Bengals make the playoffs, you heard me right. I said when the Bengals make the playoffs this year, and they play the Kansas City Chiefs in whatever round we're in, and they go head-to-head in Arrowhead, the Bengals are going to get their asses absolutely fucking whooped.
Well, I mean, I've been telling you the Bengals will make the playoffs. That ain't nothing new to me.
Yeah, I know it's not nothing to you. I'm saying that for the listeners. All right, but anyway, yeah, we're both picking the Chiefs on that one. I think that's pretty obvious. Next, you got the Tua Tagovailoa-less Miami Dolphins going to Las Vegas to play the red hot Raiders.
Give me Raiders. The Dolphins are always going to be a tough out anyway because I think that's a team that always. I don't know. I mean, just give me the Raiders. I don't got to explain much about this. Derek Carr has been looking really good. You got to give it to what Derek Carr was doing. So
that's the main thing. There's a lot. I'm picking the Raiders too for a lot of reasons. It's because the Raiders look really good lately. They beat the Ravens and they beat the Steelers. And I mean, I don't know if I'm too impressed by them beating the Steelers necessarily, but they beat the Ravens, and the Ravens looked like a really good team otherwise. So, but that's only part of the reason I'm picking the Raiders here. I think I really believe in Derek Carr. I really believe in Darren Waller. I really believe in, you know, a lot of what they're doing out there in Las Vegas. But what I really don't believe in is the Miami Dolphins. And especially because their quarterback is going to be Jacoby Brissett. Like, as much of like up and down kind of Tua Tagovailoa as you have, he broke his ribs. He's not going to be playing this week.
Yeah.
So I think. Well, let me take that back. I assume he's not going to be playing this week. The general assumption, I think, is that he's probably not going to play unless he just like swallows like 15 tons of painkillers and then like somehow.
If he does play, I'm not picking the Dolphins over.
Yeah, I don't think so. But that's
especially
part of
at home.
The
Raiders, that team is going to be rocking.
Yeah, for sure.
Going to be rocking Las Vegas.
All right, so Denver Broncos, New York Jets.
Denver Broncos, New York Jets. Broncos.
Yep,
for sure. The Broncos are the best team without a quarterback.
You say that, but Teddy Bridgewater's been playing lights out, man.
Yeah. So Zach Wilson, man, somebody get that man some help. Like, I mean, like he is bad, but then at the same time, like, you know what I mean? Like he got less protection than somebody who never used State Farm. I mean, like he like who's protecting this man? Who's blocking for this man? Who's running routes for this man? Who's getting open for this man? This man looks severely. He's basically just going out there and just getting killed every single play.
That's a lot of what happened to Sam Darnold that ruined him. And Sam Darnold, I felt on the whole, looked better in New York than Zach Wilson does right now.
Is either you get killed or you get intercepted.
Yep. All right. So, man, we're rushing through these predictions because honestly, like we've agreed on all of these so far. And it's just because these have all been obvious picks. Like, yeah, there's nothing to really talk about so far.
Well, watch it be a whole bunch of episodes during the season.
Yeah, right. That would be funny.
I mean, like who the heck, who in the right mind is gonna pick the Jets this week?
Nobody.
Exactly.
I mean, like I could potentially see somebody like there's a crowd out there that really believes in the Chargers, and after seeing the Chiefs go down to the Ravens, I could totally see plenty of people out there picking the Chargers. I don't personally believe that, but I could see a bunch of people.
I could kind of see that. I can kind of see that, but I could.
But you're right. The rest of these are all
Jets. The Jets, the Jets, Jets.
Yeah, the Jets, and then the Dolphins looking like maybe like at the like week one, people might have been picking the Dolphins, but after what we've seen out of the Dolphins for the first 2 weeks, I think not so much.
Man, it's too late at night for BS.
All right, so the Washington football team going to Buffalo to play the Bills. What do you got?
The Bills.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bills. I mean, dude looks good. That quarterback they got who was freaking playing intramural football 2 years ago. I mean, he looks good. Don't get me wrong, but like the Bills, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. I mean the Bills.
Yeah. I think I'm going to
don't do it. Don't do it, Kyle.
Well, okay.
Go ahead, do it.
First of all, I'm pretty sure I'm picking the Washington football team. That's not what I'm debating in my head. What I'm debating in my head is whether I want to call this my big upset of the week or not, because I don't think these two teams are necessarily as far apart as they seem. Taylor Heineke, while not like lighting the world on fire or anything like that, is playing pretty decently as Washington's quarterback. The Bills, the Bills absolutely smacked the team they played last week. So what was it? Dolphins, I think, 35-0.
Yeah.
So that was the Bills team that we're used to seeing, but I don't know. I'm not sure the Bills are. I think the Dolphins were just in like disarray, and I think that's part of the reason that happened. The Washington football team, I think, is better coached. They have I think they have a more complete team than the Dolphins have. And while their quarterback situation is kind of iffy, I think he's a little more. I think Taylor Heineke right now is more reliable than Tua Tagovailoa. So, which is kind of feels like a crazy thing to say, but I think it's true. So, I don't know. I am picking the Washington football team. I'm just not sure if I think that this is enough of a spread to call it a big upset of the week. But if I don't pick anything else, then this will be my big upset of the week.
Okay. All right.
So next we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars.
I'm picking this as my big blowout of the week.
Okay, I don't think we do one of those, but I think I know who you're picking just because of how you feel about the other team.
Dude, come on, I told you I think the Jaguars are gonna go 0-17 this year. Cardinals.
I don't think the Jaguars are going to go 0-17. However, I do think
realistically, I don't think they will. But you know, what I mean, like you never know. You never know.
That would definitely be fascinating if they did. Like with all of that hype they had going into this year, and just to just completely burn. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But I am also going to take the Arizona Cardinals here. Because until the Jaguars show me some signs of life, I'm not going to pick them for anything.
Any sense of cohesiveness?
Yeah, any sense of anything. The Jaguars is I don't necessarily think they're going to go 0-17, but I'm not going to pick them to win any of these games until they show me that they're capable of winning any of these games. They haven't done it yet. The Arizona Cardinals, on the other hand, have shown me plenty. And while I still don't buy the Arizona Cardinals as a top tier team or anything like that, I do think that they are more than enough to beat the Jaguars. I think Kyler Murray could have just an absolutely huge game this week.
Kyler looks good. Kyler Murray looks real good.
Yeah.
I want to front. Now I want to front. Kyler Murray looks real good out there.
Sam Darnold looked pretty good on that quarterback sneak. It is now 23-9 with 4:07 left in the fourth quarter. I think I might have won this one, Thomas.
Yeah, I know. I'll take that. I'm just going to take that out.
Controversy brewing on the Battle of Ohio podcast. Did Thomas really pick the Texans? Wait till next week to find out.
I mean, we could go back and watch the video of the first podcast, and we could literally probably. Yeah, I literally said, yeah, y'all probably right, or something along the lines. But I just go to the Texans because the reason I go to the Texans is because I did say Texans at first, and I am a man of my word. I'm a man. And I want to man up to what I first said. And what I first said was, I thought the Texans were going to win. That was my first reaction. That was my very first reaction. I was like, Texans are going to win. I don't know why I said that.
Says the guy who has changed his pick way more times than I have in the middle of us filming these episodes.
I'm sticking to my gun. I'm sticking to my original statement.
Well, it's a little late now. Like I said, 4:07 left in the fourth quarter. The result's pretty much done. So you can't take it back now.
I can edit it. I can edit. I'm the editor of the podcast. I can edit it to make it sound like I said I picked the Texans.
But come on, Thomas, that would take way too long.
Yeah, but you might
way too much work. Are you really going to do all that just for
I am that crazy that I would do that, but I don't. I got too much. I got too much of this. You lucky. I'm literally editing a music video.
Okay.
I'm literally editing a music video right now, so I really don't have time to do that.
That's like the most middle school way to get out of doing something. Like I would, but I don't want to. I would. You should watch out for me, but I don't want to, so you don't have to.
Dude, okay, you be careful because I would straight to do something petty like that one way. And then I'll brag about it. Trust me. I already done some petty stuff in editing already. Don't worry. Like I did some stuff where I've kind of made fun of you like backhandedly. I don't know if you noticed some. I
notice every single thing, but I think it's good entertainment, so I don't really say anything.
Oh yeah, I have fun with it. I have fun. I mean, like it's not like. Yeah.
All right. So
who's next?
Next we got the New Orleans Saints and we got the New England Patriots. In Foxborough.
That's interesting. See, so I don't think the Saints are as bad as they were last week, but I don't think they're as good as they were week one. I think they're somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the Saints are going to be a playoff team because, I just don't think the NFC is as good as the AFC. But with that said, the Patriots defense look really good. So, Jones look good. Winston, I think he's going to have a bounce back game. I still think the Saints are going to be a competitive team. I think they're going to still keep the game close. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go to the Patriots this game.
I agree with you. I think this game's. I actually don't think this game is going to be close. I think it is really difficult to pick who I think is going to win. But I think one of two things is going to happen. I think one, Jameis Winston's going to go off against a New England team that has just kind of seemed a little less prepared than they usually are lately. When they're not ready to go like destroy in a game, and then or Jameis Winston is going to Jameis Winston it up, and it's going to be a Patriots blowout because Jameis Winston can't stop throwing picks. So
okay. Do you gamble on Jameis Winston? I need to see more. Look, I need to see more out of him, man. That's the only thing. I just need to see. Like, I need 5 more weeks to get a good gaze on him. Like,
I think I'm going to agree with you. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots just because I think Bill Belichick is going to outsmart Jameis Winston. I think he's going to make him make a bunch of mistakes. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. I think as Jameis Winston goes, the Saints also go.
Okay.
All right. So Falcons, Giants in New Jersey.
See, all right. So just like you're high on the Washington football team, I'm pretty high. I'm not that low on the Giants either, man. I'm really not. Like I thought the Giants looked really good against the football team last week. And the Falcons still have a lot of issues, man. But that's it. I still think Matt Ryan's going to have his way with the Giants secondary. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. Even though Daniel Jones is my favorite rushing, it's the best rushing quarterback in the NFL. Okay, I always got to fit that one in there. Give me Falcons.
All right, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start doing the Thomas Stargell thing here. You suck, Daniel Jones. So for that reason, I'm taking the Falcons.
I wasn't expecting that. You did it so perfectly. I'm proud of you. Yeah, you suck, Carson Wentz.
Daniel Jones is the new Carson Wentz.
I mean, he's your Carson Wentz. He's not my Carson Wentz. My Carson Wentz is always going to be Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I just gotta just gotta keep it going against the Duke quarterback.
All right, Mr. Kentucky.
Well, you know what? We would have we would have a great quarterback in the NFL if y'all hadn't ruined them.
Man, don't blame us. Blame our offensive line and blame the fact that we had a freaking.
You're the ones who put the offensive line out there.
Well, no. We're the ones who decided to let a soccer owner own a football team. Like, hey, we need to bring our football team back. Let's bring our football team back. Hey, you know what? Now that we just brought our football team back, instead of having the city own our football team, let's let this guy from England own this football team. Randy Lerner, what the hell do he know about football?
Isn't Jimmy Haslam a soccer team owner too?
Yeah, but see, like he owned a soccer team after owning a football team, wasn't the other way around. And he owns an American soccer team, so that's like it's like whatever. This dude.
I will say on the flip side though, the Columbus Crew are a really good team. Like Jimmy Haslam is managing.
I don't watch soccer. I mean, I watch literally zero soccer.
I don't know. I sort of I watch it when I can, but I do keep up with the standings, and the Columbus Crew have been tearing it up. So you got next. You got the. I almost said Super Bowl rematch because every time I see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now, I keep thinking they're the New England Patriots, but they're not. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against Yeah. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be a good game. This could potentially be the NFC Championship.
Okay, so Tampa Bay versus who's home this game?
The Rams.
Dude, Matthew Stafford has been looking really good.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, that's tough, man. You go first in this one.
I don't want to.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I'll go. but I got to figure out who I'm going to pick.
I'm going with the Rams.
All right. I'm going to stick by my principles here, and I'm going to go with the Buccaneers because I've said it before. I'll say it again. Never bet against Tom Brady, and I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady here.
See, but the thing is though, is that like it's not even just the fact that I think Tampa Bay is a better team than the Rams. It's just that like it's just such a long season.
Well, yes, but it's week 3.
Yeah, but like I think one thing I learned from watching the NFL from last year, one thing last year NFL taught me is that it's not about where your team is at the start of the season, it's how they finish, it's how they develop, it's how they grow. Because the teams that win the champion, the teams that win the Super Bowl, the teams that develop. I think a punch in the mouth is what Tampa Bay needs to get out of that Super Bowl hangover. I mean, it is still early in the season, but man.
Well, I mean, perhaps that's what they need, but I don't.
But Tom Brady in week 3 versus Tom Brady in week 17 are two completely different people.
Yeah, but Tom Brady's been looking great so far.
Oh, he's been looking fantastic. All I'm saying, he's looking great. All I'm saying is, I'm going to LA right now. I'm not saying LA is a better team long term. I just think LA is going to win this game. I think LA is going to find a way to win this game.
All I'm saying is this wouldn't be the first time that Tom Brady has made the Los Angeles Rams defense look silly.
I probably will.
With a lot of the same pieces they have right now, by the way. That game wasn't that long ago. Even though it seems like Tom Brady's career has lasted since the beginning of time. But
Antonio Brown's looking good too. Antonio Brown's looking really good. Antonio Brown's looking really good too.
Antonio Brown's looking good. Gronk's looking good.
Gronk's looking really good too.
Tom Brady's looking great. Chris Godwin's looking good. The only one who isn't looking good is Ronald Jones.
Godwin better be looking good because I got him on my freaking fantasy team.
Yeah, but you also got Ronald Jones on your fantasy team.
Oh, that's trash. That man Kenny Golladay, you trash.
Yeah, I honestly like. I wouldn't be entirely opposed to like if you find somebody good on the waiver wire you want. I'm almost at the point where I'd be willing to like get rid of Kenny Golladay.
I'm thinking about it. But I want to be patient though because he's too talented, man.
I mean, he is really talented, but
I don't think it's him. I just think he's don't have nobody. He don't have a quarterback or a game plan that give him the ball.
Well, sort of. All right, next we got the Seattle Seahawks going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Two teams that have kind of been a little up and down.
Wait, Seahawks versus Vikings. Give me the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you here. I think just firepower. We already talked earlier about when we were doing the fantasy recap or the fantasy preview. Dalvin Cook might not play this week, and even if he does play, he could be pretty limited, and that is a huge portion of the Vikings offense. The Seahawks, by contrast, have been looking pretty, I not perfect. Like I said, it's been kind of up and down, but on the whole, I'd say the Seahawks have been looking pretty good. So I think the Seahawks are just overall the better team, and the Vikings are potentially going to struggle in this one. So I agree with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
All right. So here's one. Another game that could potentially be a NFC Championship game, or maybe just a playoff preview or something like that. But you got the Green Bay Packers going to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Now, if this game did happen in the playoffs, I imagine it would probably be the other way around, the 49ers coming to Green Bay. But still, who you got?
Man, Green Bay, the Packers have been up and down, man. This Aaron Rodgers drama is just hilarious. I'm not betting against 49ers again like that. I'm going with the 49ers. the Packers did get back on track last week, but I just I can't bet against. I'm not betting against the 49ers again. And Jimmy Garoppolo really isn't a bad quarterback. It's just the whole situation is weird. So I don't really understand that whole situation, if I'm being honest. But Jimmy
Garoppolo isn't a good quarterback, though. I think that's the thing. Like, you remember the old Dalton line?
He's not bad, but he's not good. He's a capable quarterback.
Yeah. You remember the old Dalton line? Like, they would say, like, Andy Dalton is like the threshold for whether you're a good quarterback or a bad quarterback. Like Andy Dalton is right there. And if you're above Andy Dalton, you're a good quarterback. And if you're below Andy Dalton, you're a bad quarterback. I think that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going with the 49ers though. I think the 49ers gonna find something to close one out.
I think I'm gonna go with Green Bay Packers here. I think it'd be hilarious if the 49ers won. I might be rooting for that, even though I'm picking the Packers here. But
who's on this game?
The 49ers.
Yeah, okay. That matters to me a lot, by the way.
I think Aaron Rodgers is pissed off because everybody's, as he said in his press conference, everybody wants to talk all that bullshit. Which was a hilarious quote, by the way.
I mean, pissed off Aaron Rodgers plays very well.
I was about to say, you saw how pissed off Aaron Rodgers played last year. I think he's pissed off again, and he's ready to go.
He's been pissed off since freaking April when they drafted Jordan Love as quarterback. But you know what I mean? Like, honestly, honestly, I don't know. Let me think about this.
I'm thinking the 49ers. Thomas.
No, I'm thinking the 49ers because, I think that the Packers are going to have a very up and down season. Like, I think they'll still win like probably 11, 12 games this year, but like I just think that they're just going to. I mean, they look good against the Saints, but it's just the fact that they just keep on this whole seesaw thing with the 49ers and everything. I'm going the 49ers with the quarterback and won't he start and all this drama and stuff. They're going to catch up with them eventually, man. That drama always catch up with you in sports. I think they're going to start to get to them a little bit. Give me the 49ers. I'm sick of my word.
All right. And so by the way, the Panthers just finished off the win. That is now an official result. So once again, for the third Thursday in a row, I'm starting off 1-0 and you're starting off 0-1. So you're just not good at Thursdays lately.
Dude, man. See, you're just not gonna talk about it. Next game.
All right. Well, last game outside of the AFC North. You've got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Division rivalry game between
Cowboys.
Yeah, I agree.
Dak Prescott's gonna have 400 yards again.
Maybe. I think the Cowboys are a much improved team from where they were last year. And
he was a freaking beast.
They what are they 2-0 now? Because they took down the Chargers and what was a nail biter. And
no, they lost to the
Oh, right, they did lose to the Buccaneers. It's like they did lose that game. I think they played really well though. So in my head, it was a good game, and I guess I just associate that with winning. But maybe that's because I'm a Bengals fan, and sometimes that's what I have to take.
That's sad.
It is. It's depressing. But anyway,
I'm a Browns fan, dude.
I was about to say, you know what it's like. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these AFC North games then. So, first one, let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens going to Detroit to play the Lions. What do you think is going to happen in this game, Thomas?
Ravens are going to win this game.
Yeah, okay. That was easy. Ravens. We talked about it on the podcast. Lions, terrible run defense. Ravens, all they do is run the ball. So it's just a mismatch from the beginning. I love Dan Campbell. I
still think it's going to be close.
Thomas thinks it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be close, but I just think the Ravens are just going to win this game. I think Lamar will finally win this game.
All right. So next, you got the Chicago Bears going to Cleveland to play the Browns. What you got, Thomas?
Browns by 10.
Browns by 10?
Yeah.
I think that might be generous personally. I think the Chicago team that I saw last week as a Bengals fan, I am livid that we lost to them because that was not a good performance by the Chicago Bears. The fact that we lost to them is infuriating.
Gotta shot yourself in the foot, man.
We did just repeatedly over and over and over and over. And it reminds me so much. It's why I came on the podcast and I started talking about how, I'm starting to worry about whether Zach Taylor's the guy for the future, because it's the same shit we saw last year. It's like this team has talent. This team can do what this team needs to do. It's got the talent to do it. It's got the pieces to do it. It's got whatever. But it's just like when it comes down to crunch time to actually do it, the execution's not there. The mistakes just pile up and up and up and up, and that is entirely on coaching. But anyway, we're not talking about the Bengals right now. We're talking about the Browns and the Bears, and I think the Bears are nearly as poorly coached as the Bengals are. The Browns, on the other hand, are very extremely well coached. So I think the Browns are going to decisively win this game.
Okay.
All right, and then last but definitely not least, we've got my Cincinnati Bengals going to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers in Heinz Field.
Ooh,
what you got,
this
Thomas?
one's. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think that I just think that you guys are going to get a lot of pressure on Ben Roethlisberger. I don't think that the Steelers are going to have any offense at all. My only fear about the Steelers is that they might force the problem with the Bengals. They might force the Bengals to play mistake football. All the Bengals have to do to win this game is just play mistake-free football. It's literally play conservative. Y'all win this game. Like, I really think y'all can win this game by just playing conservative, because, like, even if I get close to field goal range, I get field goals every single time.
I sort of agree. I'm going to agree with you.
Because Steelers offense can't do anything.
Exactly. I'm going to agree with you here. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I believe when we did our predictions, like for the game by game predictions earlier in the season on the podcast, I did pick the Bengals to lose this game. I could be wrong. I might have picked the Bengals to sweep them, but if I didn't, this is the game I picked the Bengals to lose. However, based on what I've been seeing so far, I think the Bengals are just the better team in this particular situation. I think the Bengals have a better roster. I think maybe the Steelers are better coached, but I think the talent is there for the Bengals, and I think the players are there. I think the game plan is a little bit better for the Bengals right now than it is for the Steelers. So, look, man, if they lose this game, then it's going to be hard for me to pick the Bengals in any given game going forward. But they really should. This one's a should win. I don't think this one's like, oh, maybe we can beat the Steelers. No, I think we should beat the Steelers based on what we're seeing. Like this should not be the Bengals losing this game. I feel comfortable saying that I think the Bengals are going to win this game. And if we don't, it's going to be hard for me to pick the Bengals to win a lot of games going forward. But we'll see what happens. I think I am going to go with the Bengals on this one though.
All right. I'm sticking my guns. I think it's just going to be the beginning of the end for the Steelers. Well, I think last one was the beginning and the end for the Steelers, but I think it's going to be a continuation. The continuation of the beginning of the end for the Steelers. That's still suck, Pittsburgh.
I think when Von Bell smacked the shit out of Juju Smith-Schuster, that was the beginning of the end for the Steelers. I think I think Ryan Finley embarrassing them was the beginning of the end for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think we're into the meat of the end of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it might already be over. I'm not sure yet.
It's over. It's over. Ben Roethlisberger.
I think it's pretty much done. And again, I said it on the podcast, but I don't even really care if he plays or not. Like that is a factor that a bunch of people keep talking about. Like as far as the injury report goes, they're like, oh, well, Ben Roethlisberger may play, he may not play. And, he always says he's not going to play, and then he plays. And it's just like, I'm just sitting here like, man, I really don't care at all if he plays, because like if it's him or if it's Mason Rudolph, I think they're just about the same quarterback right now. And I think Mason Rudolph might actually be a little bit better.
I think Mason Rudolph might be better too. I think Mason Rudolph could offer more to Ben Roethlisberger. I think that Mason Rudolph has an arm that he could throw the ball farther than 2 yards. So I agree with you on that. But give me. I just really think the Bengals are just going to take advantage of a depleted and an old Steelers team. Give me Bengals.
All right. Well, that's it for the predictions this week, guys. Already, because we record these on Thursday nights, we already know the result of the Thursday night game. So I am starting off this week 1-0 against Thomas. But as we saw in the first week, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do better than Thomas this week. It just means I'm getting off to a 1-0 advantage.
Well, we picked almost all the same games, but a few. So
do what?
There was only a handful of games that we didn't pick that weren't the same. So
we didn't pick all of the AFC games, like all of the AFC versus AFC games. We picked the same. It was a few of these NFC matchups. There was the Thursday night game that we talked about. That one we picked different, but looks like we picked. We disagreed on the Washington football team versus Buffalo Bills. We disagreed on that might have been it for that one. We disagreed on the Los Angeles Rams hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We disagreed on the Green Bay Packers going to the San Francisco 49ers. So we disagreed outside of the Thursday night game that just happened that we already talked about. Outside of that, there's 3 games that we disagree on this week. So worst case scenario, it's going to be another one of those games where I get 4 more games ahead of you, but I don't think there's no real possibility of anybody blowing anybody out of the water this week.
All right, let's see what happens. I think I'm right about my 4 games. Let's go. All right.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Go watch the main podcast, Battle of Ohio. See you.